On our extraordinary planet, there exist realms where nature's grand drama unfolds on a scale that almost defies belief. These are places where the wild reigns supreme, untouched by the hand of civilization, and every breath of wind carries the ancient secrets of life itself. These are Earth's greatest wildernesses, ancient stages for the eternal struggle of life and death. Here, the cycles of birth, survival, and predation have played out for millions of years, shaping the very fabric of existence. Two of the most magnificent are the Amazon rainforest of South America and the African savanna. Each is a world unto itself, a living testament to the power and diversity of nature. The Amazon is a world of emerald green, a labyrinth of towering trees and hidden waterways, shrouded in perpetual humidity and secrecy. Its vastness is almost unfathomable, stretching over 5.5 million square kilometers. It is the largest rainforest on Earth, a living, breathing engine that produces 20% of the planet's oxygen. The African savanna, in contrast, is a vast, golden expanse of open grasslands and scattered acacias, baked under an unforgiving sun where life is lived out in the open. Spanning millions of square kilometers, it is a land of extremes, of searing heat and torrential rains, of abundance and scarcity, where survival is a daily contest. Though they are continents apart and vastly different in appearance, they are united by the same powerful force, the relentless dance of survival. In both, every creature is locked in a perpetual contest, adapting, evolving, and thriving in the face of ever-changing challenges. The Amazon is a world defined by its density and verticality. Its trees soar over 70 meters high, forming a dense canopy that blocks out much of the sunlight, creating a world of perpetual twilight below. Life here exists in layers, from the dark, damp forest floor, where fungi and ferns thrive on decaying matter, to the sun-drenched canopy high above, alive with the calls of birds and the flutter of butterflies. Each layer is a distinct world, home to its own unique community of plants and animals. It is a realm of shadows and whispers, where the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and decaying leaves. Here, the silence is broken only by the distant call of a howler monkey or the soft rustle of a jaguar moving through the undergrowth. The African savanna, in contrast, is a landscape of immense horizons and sweeping vistas. The sky stretches endlessly above, and the land is painted in hues of gold and ochre, dotted with the silhouettes of acacia trees. It is a world of light and space, where great herds of grazers, wildebeest, zebras, and antelope move across the plains like a flowing river of life, their every move watched by the keen eyes of predators. The annual migration of over 1 million wildebeest is one of the greatest spectacles on Earth, a testament to the power of instinct and the drive to survive. In the Amazon, survival often depends on camouflage and stealth. Creatures here have evolved to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. Sloths move so slowly that algae grows on their fur, while frogs and insects wear the colors and patterns of leaves and bark. On the savanna, it is a game of speed, endurance, and the raw power of the collective. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals, rely on explosive bursts of speed to catch their prey, while lions hunt in coordinated groups using strategy and teamwork to bring down animals many times their size. Both of these ecosystems are cradles of immense biodiversity, each hosting a unique cast of characters. The Amazon alone is home to more than 16,000 species of trees and 2.5 million species of insects, while the savanna supports some of the largest concentrations of mammals on the planet. The Amazon is home to an astonishing 10% of all known species on Earth, a testament to its age and complexity. Its rivers teem with electric eels and pink dolphins, while the trees above shelter harpy eagles and troops of capuchin monkeys. Here, evolution has produced creatures of incredible specialization. From poisoned dart frogs that wear their toxicity in brilliant colors, warning would-be predators of their deadly secret, to jaguars, the apex predators of the forest, whose powerful jaws can pierce the skulls of their prey with a single bite. These elusive hunters move silently through the shadows, masters of stealth and strength. The Savannah, with its iconic megafauna, showcases a different kind of evolutionary masterpiece. Here, size and social structure are key to survival. Elephants, the largest land animals, shape the landscape as they travel, uprooting trees and digging for water. It is the land of giants like the African elephant, whose matriarchs lead family groups across vast distances in search of food and water, their memories guiding them through the shifting seasons. And the theatre for the most complex social dramas among predators, such as the age-old conflict between lions and hyenas. These rival carnivores engage in battles of wits and strength, their fates intertwined in a never-ending contest for dominance. These two worlds, so different in form, are fundamentally connected by the universal laws of nature. Water is the lifeblood of both. The Amazon's winding rivers and the Savannah's seasonal watering holes sustain countless lives, shaping the rhythms of existence. They are both powered by the sun, shaped by the changing seasons, and governed by the delicate balance between hunter and hunted. The rising and setting of the sun marks the passage of time, while the rains and droughts dictate the cycles of abundance and hardship. They are living laboratories where we can witness the most primal and powerful forces of life in action. Every day, new stories unfold of survival, adaptation, and the endless quest for life. To explore the Amazon rainforest and the African savanna is to journey into the very heart of the wild. It is to enter a world where every creature, from the tiniest insect to the mightiest predator, plays a vital role in the intricate web of life. It is a chance to witness the intricate workings of these vital ecosystems, to marvel at the beauty and complexity of life, and to reflect on the profound interconnectedness of all living things. Today, as the sun rises and sets over these ancient lands, their future is written in the language of nature itself, a story of resilience, adaptation, and the eternal dance between hunter and hunted. The Amazon rainforest is a colossal green ocean of trees, stretching across 9 countries in South America, its vastness forming the largest continuous tropical forest on Earth. The majority of this immense expanse lies within Brazil, but its emerald arms reach into Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana, creating a living tapestry of unparalleled biodiversity. The Amazon basin itself is a massive, low-lying depression, bordered by the towering Andes Mountains to the west and the ancient, weathered Guiana highlands to the north. These natural barriers define the basin's boundaries, shaping the flow of water and air, and giving rise to a unique set of environmental conditions. The Andes, rising abruptly from the western edge, act as a formidable wall, intercepting moist air masses from the Atlantic Ocean. As these winds are forced upward, they cool and condense, releasing torrents of rain that feed the rivers and saturate the forest. The Guiana highlands, though less imposing, further enclose the basin, reinforcing its humid, sheltered nature. This geography is fundamental to the Amazon's existence, creating a self-sustaining hydrological engine that recycles moisture through a process known as transpiration, where billions of leaves release water vapor back into the atmosphere. The rise of the Andes millions of years ago transformed the region, trapping moisture and creating a perpetually humid and rainy climate. The Amazon's climate is classified as equatorial, with little variation in temperature or daylight throughout the year. At the heart of this ecosystem flows the mighty Amazon River, the largest river in the world by water volume. Its vast network of tributaries, over 1,000 in total, forms a labyrinthine web that nourishes the forest and connects countless habitats. These tributaries are not all alike. Some are blackwater rivers, their waters stained dark by tannins from decaying vegetation, acidic and clear, supporting specialized aquatic life adapted to low-nutrient conditions. Others are whitewater rivers, swollen with sediment eroded from the Andes, their milky waters rich in nutrients that fertilize the floodplains and sustain lush growth. The Amazon's climate is consistently tropical, with high humidity and average temperatures hovering around 26 degrees Celsius year-round. There are no true winters or summers, only a wet season and a slightly less wet season, both marked by abundant rainfall. Rainfall is distributed throughout the year, but peaks during the wet season, when the forest becomes a realm of mist and water, and the air is thick with the scent of life. During this period, rivers swell dramatically, rising by as much as 15 feet, inundating vast areas of forest and transforming the landscape. The annual flood creates the Varzea, a unique flooded forest ecosystem where aquatic and terrestrial worlds merge. Fish swim among the submerged roots and trunks, and countless species have evolved to thrive in this ever-changing environment. Life here is adapted to a semi-aquatic existence, with amphibious creatures, flood-tolerant plants, and intricate food webs that shift with the rising and falling waters. The constant warmth and moisture fuel explosive plant growth, resulting in dense, multi-layered canopies and a riot of green that defines the Amazon biome. This lushness supports an extraordinary diversity of life, from the forest floor to the highest branches. In stark contrast, the African savanna is a landscape of open grasslands and scattered trees, shaped by dramatic seasonal extremes and a geography that encourages both abundance and scarcity. The savanna stretches across vast regions of eastern and southern Africa, forming a biome characterized by rolling plains, hardy acacia and baobab trees, and a mosaic of grassland habitats. The geography is punctuated by rocky outcrops known as kopjes, which rise abruptly from the plains, providing shelter and vantage points for wildlife. Seasonal rivers called wadis carve through the landscape, flowing only during the rains and leaving behind dry beds for much of the year. Unlike the enclosed Amazon basin, the savanna is open and exposed, its climate shaped by the interplay of a long, harsh dry season and a shorter, life-giving wet season. The savanna's climate is classified as tropical wet and dry, or savanna climate, with distinct wet and dry periods. The dry season can last for months, parching the land and reducing water to a precious resource, while the wet season brings sudden, intense rains that transform the landscape. This cycle of drought and flood is the primary driver of life, dictating the great migrations of herbivores and the timing of reproduction, feeding, and movement for countless species. Predators, too, are shaped by these rhythms, developing strategies to hunt in open grasslands and survive the lean months. The savanna's climate is a tale of feast or famine, with the dry season turning grasses to brittle golden straw and reducing vegetation to its most resilient forms. During these months, the sun beats down relentlessly, and the landscape is dominated by shades of gold and brown. Water becomes scarce and wildlife congregates around the few remaining waterholes, where competition is fierce and survival is uncertain. The air is thick with dust, and the horizon shimmers with heat, a testament to the savanna's harshness. Then, as the rains return, often beginning in November, the transformation is swift and dramatic. Parched earth drinks deeply, and dormant seeds burst to life. Grasses grow tall and lush, painting the plains in vibrant green, and rivers and waterholes fill once more. Water becomes abundant, supporting a surge of life and activity across the ecosystem. This seasonal rhythm demands resilience and adaptability from every living thing, shaping behaviors, life cycles, and even physical adaptations. Some, like the matriarch elephant, possess remarkable memory and endurance, able to traverse vast distances in search of water and food. Others, such as the crocodile, can enter periods of dormancy, waiting patiently for the return of the rains. The savanna's geography and climate, with its unique features and distinct zones, create a dynamic, ever-changing ecosystem, a living testament to the power of adaptation and the enduring struggle for survival. The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of the planet, but it is also its greatest library of life, an immense living archive of evolution's most extraordinary experiments. It is home to an estimated 10% of all known species, a staggering concentration of biodiversity that is unparalleled anywhere else on Earth. Within its depths, 390 billion trees from 16,000 different species form a living tapestry, their branches weaving together to create a multi-layered habitat. The forest floor, shrouded in shadow, is a world of decomposers and detritivores, fungi, insects and invertebrates breaking down fallen leaves and wood, recycling nutrients for the next generation. Above, the understory is alive with shade-loving plants and secretive animals, while the canopy bursts with sunlight, epiphytes, and a riot of color from flowering vines and bromeliads. The emergent layer towers above all, where only the tallest trees reach, their crowns exposed to the full force of the sun and wind. A 2023 study suggested the region could host as many as 80,000 plant species, many of which remain undiscovered and unstudied by science. Some plants, like the giant Victoria amazonica water lily, can support the weight of a small animal, while others, such as the strangler fig, slowly envelop and overtake their host trees in a silent battle for sunlight. This rich plant life supports an equally diverse animal kingdom. The Amazon is home to over 1,300 species of birds, including the vibrant macaw, whose calls echo through the treetops, and the elusive harpy eagle, a powerful predator that hunts monkeys and sloths among the branches. 427 species of mammals roam these forests, from the stealthy jaguar to the playful pink river dolphin. Amphibians and reptiles abound, tree frogs with transparent skin, caimans lurking in flooded forests, and anacondas gliding silently through the water. The rivers themselves teem with over 2,200 species of fish, more than in the entire Atlantic Ocean, including the electric eel and the razor-toothed piranha. Here you find creatures of incredible specialization. The three-toed sloth, for example, has an exceptionally slow metabolism, allowing it to survive on a low-nutrient diet of leaves. Its fur hosts entire ecosystems of algae and moths, providing camouflage and nutrients in a symbiotic relationship. The sloth spends 90% of its life hanging upside down, its slow movement a form of camouflage, and it descends to the forest floor only once a week to defecate, a ritual that fertilizes its host tree and supports a unique community of beetles and fungi. Many of the Amazon's inhabitants have evolved unique and fascinating behaviors to survive. The poison dart frog, for instance, does not produce its own toxins, but synthesizes them from its diet of specific ants and mites. Its brilliant warning colors signal danger to would-be predators, a vivid example of aposematism in action. A frog raised away from its native diet is completely harmless, showing how tightly linked these chemical defenses are to the rainforest's intricate food webs. Similarly, the arapaima, one of the world's largest freshwater fish, has adapted to the often oxygen-poor waters by developing the ability to breathe air using a modified swim bladder. This adaptation allows it to thrive in conditions that would be lethal to other fish, and it plays a crucial role in the river's food chain as both predator and prey. The forest's complexity has driven evolution down countless strange and wonderful paths. Even the soil itself is part of this intricate web of life. The dark, rich humus layer on the forest floor is a massive carbon sink storing over 110 billion tons of carbon, and is alive with a hidden world of insects, fungi, and microorganisms that break down organic matter and release nutrients back into the ecosystem. The discovery of over 2,000 new fungi species in 2024 highlights how much we still have to learn. Fungi form vast underground networks, connecting trees and plants in a silent communication system, sharing nutrients and information across the forest. Every square mile of this emerald kingdom contains more species and more complex interactions than we can possibly imagine. From the tiniest ant to the tallest kapok tree, each organism is a thread in the rainforest's living tapestry, a testament to the creative power of evolution over millions of years, and a reminder of the intricate, interdependent web that sustains life in the Amazon. The African savanna is the stage for nature's most epic spectacle, the Great Migration. Here, millions of wildebeest thunder across the plains, driven by ancient instincts and the promise of fresh grass. Their journey is perilous, fraught with swollen rivers, lurking predators, and the relentless heat of the sun. But beyond the thundering herds, this land is alive with a tapestry of creatures, each with its own story of survival. Elephants, giraffes, and zebras move in loose alliances, their fates intertwined by the cycles of rain and drought. It is the kingdom of the African elephant, the largest land animal on Earth. These gentle giants travel in matriarchal herds, their lives shaped by the wisdom of their elders. Elephants are the architects of the savanna. With powerful trunks, they break branches and topple trees, opening up the landscape for grasses to flourish. Their actions create habitats for countless other species. When the dry season bites, elephants rely on their remarkable memory to find hidden waterholes. The matriarch leads her family across vast distances, her knowledge a lifeline in a harsh world. The matriarch, oldest and wisest, carries an ancient map in her mind. She guides the herd through parched lands, teaching the young where to find food and water and how to avoid danger. Elephants communicate in ways invisible to us, low-frequency rumbles that travel for miles, warning of threats or calling distant relatives. Their social bonds are deep and their empathy is legendary. At the water's edge, giants gather. Hippos and elephants share the precious resource, but peace is fragile. The hippopotamus, seemingly docile as it wallows in the cool water, is a master of deception. By day, it rests, but at dusk it emerges to graze, fiercely defending its territory from rivals. Hippos are among Africa's most dangerous animals, their aggression legendary. They charge with astonishing speed, their massive jaws capable of crushing bone. To survive the relentless sun, hippos secrete a reddish, oily fluid, a natural sunblock and antiseptic protecting their sensitive skin from burns and infection. Beneath the surface, danger lurks. The Nile crocodile, a silent predator, waits with infinite patience. Growing up to 20 feet long, the crocodile is an ambush specialist. It strikes with explosive force, dragging prey into the depths with one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom. With armored skin and ancient eyes, the crocodile is a living relic, a survivor from the age of dinosaurs, perfectly adapted to its watery world. On the open plains, the drama of predator and prey unfolds. Lions, the undisputed rulers of the grasslands, move with silent purpose, their golden coats blending with the sun-bleached grass. The cheetah, a solitary hunter, relies on speed and stealth. It scans the horizon, muscles coiled, every sense attuned to the slightest movement. In a blur of motion, the cheetah explodes into action, reaching 56 miles per hour in seconds. Its chase is a gamble. Success means survival, failure means hunger. Every part of its body is built for speed, a flexible spine, long tail for balance, and specialized inner ear to keep its head steady as it weaves through the grass. Yet the cheetah's slender frame is a double-edged sword. Exhausted after the chase, it often loses its hard-won meal to stronger rivals, lions, hyenas, or even vultures. In contrast, the African wild dog thrives through cooperation. Packs of up to 20 individuals move as one, their social bonds unbreakable. Their hunts are a masterclass in teamwork. Each dog has a role, some chase, others flank, all working together to outwit and exhaust their prey. Relentless and coordinated, wild dogs achieve a hunting success rate unmatched by any other predator on the savanna. Their stamina and unity are their greatest weapons. Across the savanna, every animal plays a part in a vast, interconnected web. Herds of grazers shape the land, their movements dictated by the rains and the ever-present threat of predators. Zebras and wildebeest graze side by side, their different diets allowing them to coexist. Together they keep the grass short, reducing the risk of wildfires and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. The rhythm of grazing and regrowth shapes the very structure of the savanna. Fires, sparked by lightning, sweep across the plains, clearing old growth and making way for new life. Predators keep the herds in check, ensuring that no single species dominates. This delicate balance prevents overgrazing and preserves the diversity of life. High above, giraffes browse on treetops, reaching leaves untouched by any other. Their long necks are both a blessing and a challenge, allowing them to feed where others cannot, but making them vulnerable at waterholes. Even the smallest creatures play vital roles. Dung beetles recycle nutrients, breaking down waste and enriching the soil, ensuring the cycle of life continues. As the sun sets, the savanna is transformed. Silhouettes of animals move through golden grass, each one facing its own challenges, finding food, avoiding predators, enduring the elements. Life on the savanna is a never-ending dance of survival and adaptation. Every animal, from the mightiest elephant to the tiniest beetle, is part of a grand, ever-changing story, one where every struggle, every triumph, shapes the fate of the land itself. In the dense, shadowy world of the Amazon, the art of the ambush reigns supreme. Here, predators do not rely on open pursuit, but instead master stealth, camouflage, and the element of surprise. Every leaf, every shadow, and every ripple in the water can conceal a hunter waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The undisputed apex predator of this realm is the jaguar, Panthera onca. With a coat dappled in rosettes, it blends seamlessly into the dappled light of the forest floor, becoming nearly invisible to both prey and rival predators. This powerful cat is a solitary hunter, perfectly adapted to the tangled undergrowth and labyrinthine terrain. Its padded paws allow it to move in near silence, stalking prey with patience and precision. The jaguar possesses the strongest bite force of any cat in the Americas, a weapon it uses with devastating precision. Its jaws are designed to pierce bone, and its teeth can crush through the thickest skulls in the jungle. Unlike other big cats that often kill with a suffocating bite to the throat, the jaguar frequently dispatches its prey by driving its canines directly through the skull, instantly reaching the brain. This technique is especially effective against armored or thick-skulled animals such as caimans and capybaras. The jaguar is an incredibly versatile predator, equally at home on land, in the trees, and in the water. It can swim across wide rivers, climb trees to ambush monkeys or birds, and even hunt aquatic prey such as caimans, turtles, and large fish. Its adaptability allows it to exploit a wide range of prey, from terrestrial mammals to riverine reptiles. Beneath the dark waters of the Amazon's rivers and swamps lurks another formidable ambush specialist, the black caiman. With only its eyes and nostrils breaking the surface, it remains almost undetectable, a silent sentinel in the murky depths. As the largest crocodilian in South America, an adult black caiman can reach lengths of 20 feet and weigh over 1,000 pounds. Its immense size and power make it a dominant force in the aquatic food web. Its dark, rugged skin provides perfect camouflage in the murky water, allowing it to lie in wait, almost invisible, for unsuspecting prey. The caiman's patience is legendary. It can remain motionless for hours, waiting for fish, birds, or mammals to approach the water's edge. With a staggering bite force of 3,700 psi, the black caiman can crush almost anything that comes within reach of its jaws. Its ambush is sudden and explosive, relying on the element of surprise to overwhelm prey before they can react. These ancient reptiles are masters of energy conservation. After a large meal, a black caiman can survive for months without needing to eat again, a crucial adaptation in an environment where prey is unpredictable and opportunities are rare. The Amazon's ambush predators come in many forms, each with a unique strategy and set of adaptations. From the forest floor to the river's depths, every niche is filled by a specialist. The green anaconda, the world's largest snake by mass, is a master of aquatic ambush. Spending most of its life in or near water, it uses its olive-green, patterned scales to blend with floating vegetation and muddy banks. Reaching lengths of over 30 feet, the anaconda is a patient predator, waiting motionless at the water's edge for animals like capybaras, deer, or birds to come and drink. Its nostrils and eyes are positioned on top of its head, allowing it to remain almost entirely submerged while watching for prey. When the moment is right, the anaconda strikes with lightning speed, seizing its victim and coiling its muscular body around it. The constriction is relentless, cutting off blood flow and air until the prey succumbs. Even the smaller predators of the Amazon are ruthlessly efficient. Each has evolved specialized techniques to maximize their hunting success in a world of fierce competition. Schools of red-bellied piranhas, typically numbering 20 to 30 individuals, use their razor-sharp, interlocking teeth to tear flesh from their prey with astonishing speed. Their attacks are highly coordinated, overwhelming much larger animals in a matter of moments. As night falls, the Amazon transforms. The darkness brings a new wave of ambush predators, each adapted to hunt under the cover of night. The great horned owl emerges as a silent assassin of the air. With its broad wings and soft-edged feathers, it glides through the night without a sound, scanning the forest floor for the slightest movement. Its massive wings allow for completely silent flight, giving its prey no warning of its approach. The owl's hunting technique relies on stealth and surprise, swooping down with deadly accuracy. The owl's vision is over 100 times more sensitive to low light than that of most mammals, and its asymmetrically placed ears allow it to triangulate the precise location of a sound in three-dimensional space. This combination of senses makes it a formidable nocturnal hunter. With a talon grip of 300 psi similar to the bite of a guard dog, the owl can snatch mammals much larger than itself from the forest floor, carrying them away into the night. In the Amazon, death can come from above, from below, or from the shadows. Each predator, from the silent owl to the lurking caiman and the stealthy jaguar, has perfected the art of the ambush, shaping a world where every creature must remain ever vigilant, and every moment can be a matter of life or death. The vast, sun-drenched plains of the African Savannah are the ultimate arena for a relentless contest of strength, cunning, and survival. Here, the drama of predator and rival unfolds in the open, where every move is witnessed by the watchful eyes of the wild. At the heart of this drama are two formidable adversaries, the lion and the spotted hyena. Their rivalry is ancient, fierce, and unending, shaping the very fabric of life on these grasslands. Lions, the only truly social big cats, form close-knit family groups known as prides. These prides are the foundation of their strength and survival. A typical pride is made up of related lionesses, their cubs, and a small coalition of adult males. The bonds between these members are strong, forged through grooming, play, and shared responsibility for the young. This social structure is the secret to their dominance. Cooperation allows them to defend territory, raise cubs, and hunt prey far larger than any single lion could manage alone. Lionesses, lighter and more agile than their male counterparts, are the pride's primary hunters. Their teamwork is a marvel of coordination and silent communication. When hunting together, lionesses fan out, encircle their prey, and launch a synchronized ambush. This strategy boosts their hunting success to nearly 30%, a remarkable feat in the wild. The larger, more imposing males serve as guardians. Their main role is to defend the pride's territory and its members from intruders, both lion and hyena alike. The male's mane is more than a symbol of majesty. A thick, dark mane signals health and strength, deterring rivals and attracting lionesses. Prides are not permanent. Dominant males are always at risk of being ousted by nomadic coalitions, who challenge for control and the right to sire the next generation. When new males take over, they often kill the existing cubs. This brutal act brings the lionesses back into estrus, allowing the new leaders to father their own offspring. Though harsh, this strategy ensures the survival of the strongest genes and maintains the pride's cohesion. Life on the savannah is unforgiving, and every member of the pride must adapt to its challenges. Across the plains, the spotted hyena clan thrives. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are among the savannah's most successful hunters, capable of bringing down large prey through teamwork and endurance. Hyena society is a strict matriarchy. The highest-ranking female leads the clan, and her daughters inherit her status, forming powerful dynasties that can last for generations. Females are larger, more aggressive, and dominate all males. This dominance is established early, shaped by high levels of androgens during development. Within the clan, social rank determines access to food and breeding opportunities. Young hyenas learn their place in this hierarchy from birth, guided by their mothers. The hyena's most formidable weapon is its bite. With a force exceeding 1,000 psi, it can crush bones that other predators leave behind. Their digestive system is uniquely adapted to extract nutrients from bone, horn, and hoof, leaving almost nothing to waste. The struggle between lions and hyenas is a constant high-stakes battle for food. Each carcass is a prize, fiercely contested by both sides. Lions, with their superior size and strength, often drive hyenas from their kills. In some regions, lions are responsible for the majority of adult hyena deaths, asserting their dominance through force. Yet hyenas are not easily cowed. Their strength lies in numbers and intelligence. Hyenas carefully assess the strength and number of their opponents before engaging. Their social intelligence allows them to choose their battles wisely. When the odds are in their favor, hyenas employ mobbing tactics. Large groups will harass and intimidate lionesses, sometimes overwhelming them and stealing their hard-won prey, especially when no adult male is present to defend the pride. This ongoing war, waged over every meal and every inch of territory, is a testament to the resilience, adaptability, and fierce determination of both lions and hyenas. Their struggle is one of the most dramatic and enduring power battles in the natural world, shaping the destiny of all who call the savannah home. Life in both the Amazon and the savannah is dictated by the rhythm of the seasons, but the changes they bring are, honestly, profoundly different. Across these landscapes, wildlife has developed remarkable strategies to survive, thrive, and even evolve in response to the ever-shifting environment. In the Amazon, the distinction is between wet and, well, wetter. Yet even subtle shifts in rainfall trigger dramatic adaptations among its inhabitants. During the rainy season from December to May, the forest transforms. The rising waters force countless species to adjust their behaviors and habitats. Rivers overflow their banks, and vast areas of the forest floor are submerged, creating the vasia, or flooded forest. This seasonal flood acts as a natural reset, redistributing nutrients and reshaping the ecosystem. This annual inundation is not a disaster, but a vital pulse of life. Fish, amphibians, and aquatic mammals take advantage of the expanded waterways, while birds and arboreal mammals seek refuge in the canopy. An incredible 60% of the Amazon's fish species migrate into these flooded forests to breed, finding new sources of food and safe nurseries for their young. This migration is a finely tuned response, evolved over millennia, ensuring the survival of future generations. For creatures like the jaguar, this means adapting their hunting grounds, often taking to the water more frequently to hunt arboreal animals trapped in the treetops. Their powerful limbs and swimming ability are evolutionary traits honed for this unique challenge. The seasonal change also affects resources in other ways. Plants, too, have evolved to cope with the cycles of abundance and scarcity. Many plants produce toxins to defend their leaves and unripe fruits from being eaten. This chemical warfare is a result of evolutionary arms races between plants and herbivores. During the wet season, when food is abundant, macaws and other parrots can be seen gathering at clay licks along the riverbanks. This behavior is a learned adaptation passed down through generations. They consume the clay to neutralize the toxins ingested from their diet, a sort of natural pharmacy that allows them to exploit food sources that would otherwise be poisonous. Such resilience and ingenuity are hallmarks of survival in the rainforest. For the inhabitants of the Amazon, the seasonal flood is a period of dispersal, abundance and opportunity, reshaping the very landscape they call home, and triggering ancient cycles of breeding and feeding across the entire basin. These cycles drive evolutionary change, favoring those best able to adapt. On the African savanna, the seasonal change is a dramatic shift between life and death. Here, adaptation takes the form of epic migrations, physiological endurance, and behavioral flexibility. The long dry season forces animals into a desperate search for water and grazing. Wildebeest, zebra, and elephants embark on long migrations, following ancient routes mapped by generations before them. The great herds are constantly on the move, following the promise of rain, while predators are concentrated around the few remaining rivers and waterholes. This congregation leads to intense interactions and shapes the evolutionary arms race between predator and prey. This creates intense competition and high drama. Only the most resilient and resourceful individuals survive, passing on their genes to the next generation. As the dry season wears on, animals weaken, making them easier targets for predators. This natural selection ensures that only the fittest survive to reproduce. The landscape turns to dust, and the threat of fire looms, a natural force that helps clear away old growth and maintain the open grasslands that so many species depend on. Some plants have evolved fire-resistant seeds, while animals have learned to sense and escape approaching flames. The arrival of the rainy season, beginning in November, brings an almost instantaneous transformation. The return of water signals a time of renewal and growth. The parched earth erupts in a carpet of green and the grasslands grow tall. This abundance triggers mass migrations, breeding and feeding frenzies. For predators, this brings both advantages and disadvantages. The tall grass provides cover for stalking, but also makes it harder to spot prey. The tall grass provides excellent cover for stalking, and the hunting success rate for hyenas, for example, can increase by up to 25%. Such behavioral flexibility is key to their survival. However, it also reduces visibility, making it harder to spot prey from a distance. Both predator and prey must constantly adapt their strategies to the changing environment. The dispersal of water sources means that animal herds spread out across the plains, forcing predators like lions to travel much farther, sometimes up to 15 miles a day, in their search for a meal. This constant movement shapes the physical endurance and social structures of these animals. For every living thing on the savanna, survival depends on its ability to adapt to this profound annual cycle of scarcity and abundance. Through migration, evolution, and sheer resilience, wildlife endures, forever dancing to the tune of a changing world. Across the vast Amazon rainforest and the sweeping African savanna, wildlife faces a relentless array of natural threats, each shaping the eternal dance between hunter and hunted. In the Amazon, powerful storms unleash torrents of rain and lightning, flooding rivers and toppling ancient trees. These natural disturbances reshape the forest, creating new habitats but also challenging the survival of countless species. Predators such as jaguars, caimans, and harpy eagles constantly test the vigilance and adaptability of their prey, driving evolutionary arms races that have persisted for millennia. Prey species respond with remarkable strategies, camouflage, agility, and complex social behaviors to evade capture and ensure the survival of their young. Seasonal floods transform the forest floor into a watery world, forcing terrestrial animals to seek higher ground, while aquatic species thrive in the temporary abundance. Conversely, periods of drought test the resilience of plants and animals alike as competition for water intensifies and only the most adaptable survive. Disease and parasitism are ever-present threats, with insects and fungi playing both destructive and regenerative roles in the ecosystem. Yet the rainforest's remarkable biodiversity is a testament to the power of adaptation and renewal, as life continually finds ways to flourish after adversity. On the African savanna, wildlife faces its own suite of natural challenges, from seasonal droughts to the constant threat of predation. Predators such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas shape the behavior and movement of vast herds, keeping populations healthy by culling the weak and the sick. The great migrations, driven by the search for water and fresh grazing, are perilous journeys where river crossings become deadly gauntlets, testing the endurance and instincts of every animal. During the dry season, resourcefulness is key. Elephants dig for hidden water, giraffes stretch for the last green leaves, and antelope graze on what little remains. The savanna's inhabitants rely on tight-knit social groups and keen senses to protect their young and outwit predators. Even in death, animals contribute to the cycle of life, as scavengers and decomposers return nutrients to the soil, sustaining the grasslands for future generations. The arrival of rain brings renewal, transforming the parched earth into a sea of green and triggering a burst of new life across the plains. In both the rainforest and the savanna, the intricate web of life is maintained by a delicate balance of competition, cooperation, and adaptation. Evolution has equipped each species with unique tools, camouflage, mimicry, and defensive adaptations, to survive the ever-changing challenges of their environments. The health of these wild places depends on the resilience and ingenuity of their inhabitants, each playing a vital role in the ongoing story of survival. The eternal struggle between hunter and hunted, shaped by natural forces, ensures that these ecosystems remain vibrant and ever-evolving, a testament to the power and beauty of the wild. The Amazon rainforest and the African savanna, though worlds apart in their appearance and character, are both irreplaceable treasures. One is a vertical world of deep green shadows and hidden life, a complex web of connections so intricate we are only just beginning to understand it. The other is a horizontal world of golden light and epic drama, a stage for the giants of our planet and their complex social lives. The jaguar, a solitary phantom of the forest, and the lion, the social king of the plains, represent two different pinnacles of predatory evolution, each perfectly sculpted by its environment. The sloth's slow-motion life and the cheetah's explosive speed are two different solutions to the same universal challenge, survival. What makes these places so extraordinary is that they are living, breathing systems that operate on a grand scale. The Amazon's annual flood is a heartbeat that sends life pulsing through a continent. The savanna's seasonal migration is a river of life that flows across the plains, shaping the land and everything on it. These are not static collections of animals and plants. They are dynamic, ever-changing arenas where the great dance of life is performed every single day. They are reservoirs of biological diversity, libraries of genetic information that hold the secrets of millions of years of evolution. Within their tangled roots and endless horizons, answers lie hidden to questions not yet asked, mysteries waiting to be revealed by the patient observer. Their importance extends far beyond their borders, for the pulse of these wild worlds echoes across the globe. The Amazon stabilizes the climate, its forests breathing in carbon and exhaling life, while the savanna's health sustains the intricate balance of grass, predator, and prey. To lose them would be to lose a part of the Earth's soul. It would be like tearing pages out of the book of life, silencing stories that can never be retold. The matriarchal society of the hyena, the infanticide of lions, the chemical defenses of a tiny frog. These are not just curious facts. They are windows into the sheer ingenuity and, at times, the brutal reality of the natural world. Each interaction, each adaptation, is a thread in the vast tapestry of life, woven over millennia by the forces of evolution and chance. The fate of these wild worlds is not isolated. It is bound to the fate of all life, for every creature, from the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, plays a role in the balance of these ecosystems. The challenges they face, deforestation, poaching, climate change, are immense, yet the resilience of nature is profound. Life finds a way, adapting, persisting, and flourishing in the face of adversity. The Amazon and the Savannah are not merely places, they are living testaments to the interconnectedness of all things. The fall of a single tree, the migration of a herd, the call of a distant bird, each is a note in the symphony of existence. To preserve these realms is to honor the ancient rhythms of the earth, to safeguard the wonders that have inspired awe for countless generations. Their survival is the survival of the intricate, beautiful web of life itself. Their future is the future of the living world, a world where the dance of predator and prey, of growth and decay, continues in endless, harmonious motion. In the end, these wild worlds are not just places on a map, but living legacies, echoes of the planet's ancient past and hope for its enduring future. Their story is the story of life itself, ever unfolding, ever connected, ever vital. Deep within the untouched wilderness, every living thing is connected by invisible threads, a vast, intricate food web where each species, no matter how small or mighty, plays a vital role. In the Amazon's emerald labyrinth, the journey of a single fruit can shape the fate of an entire forest. A capuchin monkey plucks a ripe guava, dropping seeds onto the forest floor. These seeds become a feast for agoutis, whose careful caching ensures that some will sprout into new trees. High above, harpy eagles patrol the canopy, their sharp eyes searching for sloths and monkeys, maintaining balance among the tree dwellers. On the savanna, the web is woven across open grasslands. Herds of wildebeest graze, trimming the grass and fertilizing the soil, their movement opening new pathways for wildflowers and insects. Zebras, with their tough digestive systems, munch on the oldest, driest grasses, making tender shoots available for gazelles. The dung of elephants becomes a microcosm of life, nurturing beetles, fungi, and tiny frogs, while also dispersing seeds far and wide. Predators and prey are locked in a delicate dance. When a pride of lions brings down a buffalo, the feast that follows sustains not just the lions, but a whole community. Hyenas and jackals scavenge what remains, while vultures clean the bones, preventing disease from spreading. Even after the feast, the bones and scraps nourish insects and enrich the soil, feeding future generations of grass and eventually the grazers who return. Symbiotic relationships abound. The oxpecker rides atop the giraffe, plucking ticks and warning of danger. In the Amazon, leafcutter ants harvest bits of foliage, not for themselves, but to feed underground fungus gardens. The ants and the fungus thriving together, each dependent on the other for survival. These food webs are more than chains of eating and being eaten. They are networks of partnership, competition, and mutual support. Every interaction, from the silent hunt of a jaguar to the pollination of a flower by a hummingbird, weaves another thread into the tapestry of life. In these wild worlds, without human presence, nature's balance is maintained by countless relationships, each one essential, each one a marvel of adaptation and interconnectedness. Here, the wilderness is not chaos, but an orchestra, each species a player, every action a note, together composing the timeless music of life. Across the world's wildest realms, apex predators reign at the top of the food chain. Their presence shapes the entire ecosystem, setting the rhythm of life far beyond their own hunting grounds. Without them, the intricate balance of nature begins to unravel. In the dense Amazon rainforest, The jaguar stalks silently beneath the emerald canopy. As a master hunter, it preys on capybaras, peccaries, and caimans. By controlling the numbers of these animals, jaguars prevent overgrazing and keep the forest's plant life diverse and healthy. The absence of jaguars would allow certain species to multiply unchecked, stripping vegetation and altering the very structure of the jungle. On the African savanna, lions rule the grasslands. Their hunts focus on the old, the weak, and the sick among massive herds of buffalo and wildebeest. By removing these individuals, lions keep prey populations strong and resilient. The ripple effect travels across the plains. When lion numbers drop, herbivores can overgraze, leading to soil erosion and the loss of vital habitats for birds and insects. Wolves in North America's Yellowstone National Park offer a striking case study. When wolves vanished, elk populations soared, devouring young trees and shrubs along riverbanks. The return of wolves brought balance back. Fewer elk meant willows and aspens could flourish, inviting beavers, birds, and fish to thrive. The wolves' influence cascaded through the ecosystem, restoring lost harmony. From the icy Arctic, where polar bears patrol the sea ice, to the depths of the rainforest, apex predators act as guardians. They do not dominate their worlds through numbers, but through the power of their presence, shaping the behavior and abundance of every creature below them. Each apex predator, in its own realm, is a keystone. Remove it, and the ecosystem trembles. With it, the wilderness remains wild, vibrant, and whole. In these untamed worlds, the balance of life depends on the silent, watchful eyes at the top of the food web, nature's guardians, forever maintaining the delicate order of the wild. As the sun sinks below the horizon and darkness blankets the wilderness, a hidden world awakens. The night belongs to the creatures of shadow, nocturnal animals whose lives unfold in secrecy, away from the gaze of daylight. In the Amazon rainforest, the ocelot glides silently through the undergrowth, its spotted coat blending perfectly with moon-dappled leaves. Its large, sensitive eyes capture even the faintest glimmer of starlight, allowing it to track prey with uncanny precision. High above, bats flutter through the canopy, using echolocation to map the tangled branches and locate ripe fruit or unsuspecting insects. Across the African savanna, the aardvark emerges from its burrow, sniffing the cool air for the scent of termites. Its powerful claws dig swiftly, while its long, sticky tongue reaches deep into tunnels, feasting on the bounty hidden beneath the earth. Nearby, bush babies leap between acacia trees, their oversized eyes glowing in the darkness as they search for nectar and insects. In the forests of North America, the great horned owl perches in silence, its head swiveling to pinpoint the rustle of a mouse below. With feathers designed for silent flight, it swoops down unseen, a master of stealth. Meanwhile, raccoons patrol riverbanks, using their nimble hands to probe under rocks for crayfish and frogs. Nocturnal animals have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive the night. Enhanced senses of smell, hearing, and vision guide them through the darkness. Specialized fur, feathers, and skin patterns provide camouflage from both predators and prey. Some, like the slow loris, secrete toxins to deter attackers, while others, like the firefly, use bioluminescence to attract mates or warn off rivals. The night is a realm of constant adaptation and silent struggle, where every sound and shadow can mean the difference between life and death. Here, survival depends on wit, stealth, and the mastery of darkness. As dawn approaches, these secretive lives retreat once more, leaving only faint traces of their passage, paw prints in the mud, a whisper of wings, a glimmer of eyes in the fading night. In the world's wildest places, the story of the night is written by those who thrive in the shadows, nature's elusive survivors, perfectly adapted to the mysteries of the dark. As the world turns and the months unfold, nature's grand stage is transformed by the changing seasons. Across every wilderness, rainforest, savanna, tundra, and desert, The rhythm of life is orchestrated by the cycles of sun, rain, and temperature. For animals, these shifts are signals. Time to migrate, to breed, to hibernate, or to prepare for leaner days ahead. In the Amazon, the arrival of the rainy season swells rivers and floods vast tracts of forest. Fish leap into new lakes formed among the trees, while caimans and river dolphins follow the rising waters, hunting in places dry just weeks before. Monkeys leap between branches, heavy with ripe fruit, and tree frogs lay eggs in ephemeral pools, racing against the receding waters. On the African savanna, the dry season draws herds of wildebeest and zebra to dwindling waterholes. Elephants dig for hidden streams, their trunks sensing moisture deep below the cracked earth. As the rains return, the plains erupt in a carpet of green. Calves and foals are born into this abundance, while predators follow the herds, knowing opportunity comes with the new grass. In northern forests, autumn triggers a cascade of transformation. Trees shed leaves, painting the landscape in gold and crimson. Squirrels gather nuts, packing them away for winter's scarcity. Bears feast on berries and salmon, building reserves for months of hibernation. As snow falls, wolves roam in packs, their tracks tracing silent paths across the white expanse. Seasonal changes ripple through entire ecosystems. Flowers bloom in synchrony with pollinators' arrival. Insects hatch just as hungry chicks break from their eggs. When rains are late or winters harsh, the balance is disrupted. Some species thrive, others struggle. From the smallest insect to the greatest predator, every creature is tuned to nature's calendar. Survival depends on anticipating the next change, adapting to what comes, and seizing the fleeting moments of abundance. The seasons are nature's pulse, marking time, shaping lives, and weaving together the destinies of all who call the wild home. Across the world's greatest wildernesses, one element shapes destiny more than any other: water. Rivers, lakes, and hidden springs are the lifeblood of every ecosystem, sustaining countless forms of life. For animals, finding water is a daily quest, a challenge that shapes behaviors, migrations, and even the evolution of entire species. In the heart of the savanna, herds of wildebeest and zebra travel vast distances, guided by ancestral memory and the scent of distant rain. Their movements draw predators, lions, crocodiles, and wild dogs, who wait in ambush at shrinking waterholes. Elephants, with their remarkable sense of smell, can detect underground streams and dig wells that become oases for other thirsty creatures. Meanwhile, in the dense Amazon rainforest, water is everywhere. Yet life depends on knowing where to find it when the dry season lingers. Jaguars stalk the riverbanks, while capybaras submerge to escape the midday heat. Poison dart frogs lay their eggs in tiny pools cupped within bromeliad leaves, a miniature world above the forest floor. Desert dwellers have mastered the art of survival in a landscape defined by scarcity. Fennec foxes emerge at night to lap dew from cool stones. Desert beetles collect precious droplets on their backs, channeling water toward their mouths with grooves in their shells. Even the mighty camel, in far-off arid lands, stores water within its body, enduring days of relentless sun. Water sources are crossroads, places where predator and prey, competitor and companion, are drawn together. These vital spots become theaters of life and death, of cooperation and conflict. When drought strikes or rivers change course, the ripple effects can reshape entire communities, forcing animals to adapt or move on in search of new lifelines. From mist-laden mountains to sun-baked plains, the story of survival is written in water. It connects every creature, every plant, every moment of abundance and hardship. In the wild, water is not just a resource, it is the pulse that sustains life, the thread that weaves the tapestry of the natural world. In every corner of the wilderness, survival favors those who can vanish in plain sight. The evolution of camouflage and mimicry has shaped a hidden world of masters of disguise, creatures that blend, deceive, and transform to outwit both predator and prey. In the Amazon's emerald maze, the leaf-tailed gecko becomes a living fragment of bark, motionless and undetected on the mossy trunk. Nearby, a mantis sways like a delicate orchid blossom, luring unsuspecting insects to their doom. Not far away, the dazzling morpho butterfly flashes iridescent blue as it flits through sunbeams, only to disappear when its wings close, revealing dull brown patterns that mirror dead leaves. On the savannah, lions crouch low in the golden grass, their tawny coats dissolving against the shifting light. Gazelles, their coats striped and spotted, break up their outlines to confuse stalking predators. In the tangled undergrowth, the chameleon shifts its colors with the subtlety of a breeze, melting into the foliage as it hunts its next meal. In the world's deserts, the sand-colored horned viper buries itself beneath the surface, leaving only its eyes exposed, watching, waiting. Meanwhile, the walking stick insect becomes a living twig, swaying gently with the wind invisible to the sharpest eyes. Mimicry takes deception even further. The harmless milk snake mimics the vibrant warning bands of the venomous coral snake, warding off would-be attackers. In the rainforest canopy, the owl butterfly displays enormous eye spots on its wings, startling predators into thinking they face a much larger foe. No human hand guides these illusions. Each adaptation is the result of countless generations of trial and error, shaped by the relentless pressures of the wild. Camouflage and mimicry are nature's silent arms race, a perpetual contest of sight and invisibility. In this theater of shadows and shapes, survival belongs to those who can vanish, deceive, or become something else entirely. The art of disguise is a testament to the ingenuity of life, a reminder that the wild is as much about what is hidden as what is seen. Across the globe, an ancient rhythm pulses through the wild: migration. For countless species, survival depends on a perilous journey, spanning continents, oceans, and mountains. Each year, vast herds of wildebeest thunder across the African savanna, risking crocodile-infested rivers and prowling predators in search of greener pastures. Overhead, flocks of Arctic terns embark on the longest migration on Earth, tracing a path from the icy Arctic to the sunlit Antarctic and back again, a round trip of nearly 50,000 miles. In the Amazon, tiny monarch butterflies rise on delicate wings, guided by an internal compass, traveling thousands of miles to a single patch of forest in Mexico. Caribou trek across the tundra, braving blizzards and wolves to reach calving grounds where new life begins. In the ocean's depths, humpback whales sing haunting songs as they navigate across hemispheres, following invisible pathways etched in the sea. These migrations are feats of endurance and instinct. Animals rely on the stars, the sun, Earth's magnetic fields, and even scents carried on the wind to guide their way. Along the journey, they face hunger, exhaustion, and relentless predators. Some will not survive, but those who do carry the legacy of their ancestors, ensuring the cycle continues. Migration is more than a journey. It is a story of resilience and unity, connecting distant corners of the world through the shared pulse of life on the move. Each epic voyage shapes not only the travelers, but the very landscapes they traverse, weaving together the fates of countless species in nature's grand design. Hidden among the vast tapestry of life, certain creatures hold sway far beyond their numbers. These are keystone species, the silent architects of ecosystems. Their presence or absence can tip the balance, shaping entire habitats and the lives within them. In the African savanna, elephants roam as gentle giants, but their actions are transformative. With each toppled tree, they open up dense woodlands, allowing sunlight to nourish new grasses. These changes ripple outward. Grazers find fresh forage, and predators follow in their wake. Without elephants, the landscape would slowly close in, and a cascade of life would falter. Beneath the forest canopy, jaguars patrol the shadows of the Amazon. As apex predators, They keep populations of herbivores in check, preventing overgrazing and preserving the delicate understory. Their hunting shapes the forest from the top down, maintaining a balance essential for countless species. In northern streams, beavers are nature's engineers. Their dams slow rushing water, creating wetlands that teem with fish, frogs, and birds. These watery havens filter pollutants and store water, safeguarding the health of the land during dry spells. Even the humble sea star wields unexpected power. Along rocky shores it preys on mussels, preventing them from overrunning the tide pools. Where sea stars disappear, diversity plummets and vibrant communities fade. Every keystone species is a linchpin. Removing one can unravel the web of life. Their impact is a reminder. In nature, the smallest actions can echo across entire worlds. By understanding these pillars of the wild, we glimpse the hidden forces that sustain life's intricate balance and the quiet strength that holds the wild together. In the wake of devastation, nature reveals a power both humbling and profound resilience. When wildfires sweep through forests or floods surge across plains, the world may seem lost to ruin. Yet, beneath the charred earth and shifting waters, life stirs, restless, determined, and ready to begin anew. Within days of a wildfire, the first green shoots pierce the ash. Grasses and pioneer plants reclaim the blackened ground, providing shelter and food for returning insects. Birds, once driven away by smoke, reappear to feast on the bounty of new growth and insects. Small mammals like mice and rabbits quickly adapt, burrowing into cooler soil and foraging among the fresh undergrowth. In the Amazon, after a flood, fish scatter nutrients across the forest floor, turning disaster into renewal. Amphibians emerge from hidden burrows, their calls echoing through the soaked landscape, signaling the start of a new cycle. Even predators adjust. Jaguars and ocelots shift their territories, following the movements of prey as the land recovers. On the savannah, when drought gives way to rain, antelope and zebra return to graze on the revived grasses. Lions and cheetahs adapt their hunts to the changing herds, while scavengers like vultures and hyenas play a critical role in cleaning the land and speeding recovery. These cycles of destruction and renewal are woven into the fabric of wilderness. Every disaster is a test, and every recovery a testament to adaptation. From the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, animals find ways to survive, to rebuild, and to thrive once more. Nature's resilience is not just survival but transformation. In every scar, a new story unfolds, one of hope, adaptation, and the unbreakable will of the wild.